Tonight, two stories looking into the so-called deep state are about to get their moment in the spotlight. Reports suggest that federal prosecutors are very close to making a decision about whether or not they will charge former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, who was fired in March of last year for misleading investigators. Meanwhile, the DOJ Inspector General report into possible foreign surveillance abuses at the outset of the Russia investigation. That is also expected any day now, and it could unleash telling and potentially damning details about the Obama Justice Department's efforts to spy on the Trump campaign. Byron York has covered these extensively, and he is the chief political correspondent for the Washington Examiner and Fox News contributor featured on the latest episode of Wise Guys on Fox Nation. So check that out. So when do you think we're going to learn about Andy McCabe's fate? And do you have any hunch about which way it's going to go?
Well, that could happen any time. I mean, it could happen very, very quickly. Look, we know that the Inspector General said that Andrew McCabe lacked candor. That's what they call it at the FBI. Lacked candor.
Just remind everybody about what?
He was being questioned about leaking information to the Wall Street Journal about the Hillary Clinton investigation, which he had the authority to do, but then he didn't tell the truth about what he had done, and this was on 4 separate occasions. So the Inspector General, pointed that out. So the question is, will he actually be charged with lying or with some other thing? We don't know. The reason everybody got excited about this is we have found out that his lawyers have talked to very high-ranking Justice Department officials, and the idea being they must have tried to convince the lower-ranking prosecutors not to pursue the case, and having failed that, they're now going up higher up the ladder. So the question, that seems to indicate the Justice Department is heading toward an indictment, but we don't know right now.
Yep. He says he was confused. There was a lot going on at the time, as we all remember, and that he never intentionally misled anyone.
Right, and he may prevail with that case. I mean, and there's also word that Lisa Page, who was with Peter Strzok, was a key player in all of this, said that he did not have any reason to lie. So I mean, this is not a done deal, but these high-level meetings indicate something is going on, and we also always have to consider the possibility there's something happening we don't know. Yeah. There's another Inspector General report, as you just mentioned, going on. We don't know exactly what's being done.
So Bill Barr got everyone's attention when he said there was spying. So he came on the scene after Jeff Sessions left, and he had a very different take when he was shown some of the background and investigation of this. And he said, indeed, there was spying. So the Horowitz report is looking into that. And then you've also got the Durham investigation, which can go even further. Can you explain that?
Well, the difference between the two investigations are Michael Horowitz, who is the Inspector General of the Justice Department, can only look into the Justice Department. He can look into the FBI and what everybody else did, but he cannot look at the CIA. So the big reason that Bill Barr, the Attorney General, commissioned this John Durham investigation is that Durham could look beyond the confines of the Justice Department and see what the entire U.S. government was doing in the lead up to the 2016 election. Now, the spying thing that caused so much trouble when Bill Barr said it, I mean, we know a number of things. We know that the FBI got a warrant to wiretap Carter Page. Right. We know that they used an informant named Stephen Halper. Yeah. And we know that they sent an undercover agent, a woman who went by the alias Azra Turk, to London.
Right out of a spy novel.
There you go. Yeah. To London to try to get information out of George Papadopoulos. And I think one of the things that Bill Barr said when he learned these things was, okay, was that it? Was there more?
Right.
That's what we want.
He's looking at that and saying, those are the two storylines that we see, and we need to know if there was anything else going on. It seems like if there was a concerted effort, that there would be sort of other lines that would be dropped in the water to see if anybody nibbled.
He made a very persuasive point, which is, look, if the FBI really saw this as an all-out Russian attack on American democracy,